Yeah, I want to start Black History Month over. Did you have Bow Wow on the list?
I have Bow Wow on the list.
Okay.
And his face on the list.
So Bow Wow,
our thoughts and prayers are with Bow Wow.
There you go.
Get well
Mr.
soon.
Wow.
Get you some cocoa butter.
See,
Rest
now you're
up.
making jokes.
I'm not making jokes. His face was scratched.
But you making fun of that.
I'm not. No, I got scratched in my face before, and when you get cut like that,
well, you can't be trying to eat the cat's food. You know they're territorial about that.
What up? This your boy Doughboy.
What up? It's your boy Kev on stage.
And you are now listening to another installment of Righteous and Ratchet. Because we all know that all of us are a little bit righteous and a little bit ratchet. And we want to say thank you before we even start the program to our sponsor for this episode, mattressbypurple.com.
Purple.com. Shout out to y'all being our very first sponsor on the pod. We'll tell you guys more about that later. But first, so much.
We're gonna talk about a lot today.
Yeah, I want to start Black History Month over.
Yeah,
we're recording this on the 5th. This will come out on the 7th. Mm-hmm. Let's just get a restart.
We need a redo. We need to take it back from the top.
Let's run it again.
It's a lot.
Hard reset, Nintendo cartridge. Because this month has gotten off to a doozy.
It's already going down the wrong path.
We
only have 28 days, so we can't just blow off 5.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot.
And there's a lot happening. Did you have Bow Wow on the list?
I have Bow Wow on the list.
Okay.
And his face on the list. It's a lot going on.
A lot of this really stemmed from the Super Bowl.
I blame the Super Bowl for all of it.
This is the Super Bowl's fault. This is you, NFL.
I blame you. So I guess that's a good place to start.
Kick it off from the Super Bowl.
Now, a lot of people still don't even want to admit that they watched the Super Bowl because apparently, as the culture, we're supposed to be off of it.
What you mean apparently? You know we were supposed to be boycotting. You know good and doggone well we were supposed to be boycotting.
But see, look, I'm like, we got to have some type of parameters and fences on these boycotts.
That's what I think is the issue. I am all for the boycott. I did boycott the NFL. I didn't watch a regular season game at all.
But you didn't boycott the Super Bowl snacks. You were going to do that either way.
I had.
You've been boycotting the gym and cardio.
I have.
Why don't you boycott a biscuit?
Can't do it. I'm weak. I'm not disciplined. But here's my thing about boycotting. A lot of so the Montgomery bus boycott.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
Montgomery bus boycott had a clear goal, clear end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we want to end segregation on buses. When the segregation ends, the boycott ends.
Right.
I feel like with H&M, Coke,
Starbucks,
Super Bowl, Starbucks,
Netflix, which I never was going to boycott.
Yeah, we never have clear and concise. This is when it can end.
Right.
So we never know when we off the hook, if we're ever.
This has been going on for 2 years. Like
the Super Bowl. I mean the
NFL. I'm like, bro, and then didn't the NFL give away like $90 million?
$80 million. They had a social justice pact. Where they wanted to take care of some stuff and basically admit that they were wrong. And I feel like with Starbucks, we never once they had the day where they closed it because
they lost a bunch of money.
$21 million.
Right.
They penalized themselves. They closed all their stores for half a day for racial sensitivity and racial bias training. And that was cool for me.
Right.
We take the punishment. We were wrong. We acknowledge it. They settled out.
Were you actively boycotting when everybody stopped? Did you stop drinking coffee and getting your peanut butter jelly sandwiches?
I did. And I was going to Starbucks every day.
Yeah, so you stopped.
Every day.
And then when you seen the problem get eradicated, then you went back.
Nice word. Okay. But yes, I went right back to Starbucks. The NFL, it's a little murkier. I think for me, it's a little different as well because it was not just the Kaepernick thing.
It was I
kind of got sick of the
CTE thing and
CTE, player safety. They just really mishandled some stuff, and Kaepernick being probably the worst handling of all. I saw an interesting comment in Tony Baker's Instagram. Somebody was like, "We boycotting the NFL when you should be mad at the police department." Like this is because Kaepernick was kneeling to draw attention to police brutality.
Right.
So he was basically saying anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Right.
But I think for me, the fact that the NFL, I don't know, man, because I go back and forth.
But that's the thing, and that's the thing that makes it, because I honestly, I was one of the people that, I'm very transparent with, I'm just who I am every time. And that's my biggest thing. I was like, I'm going to watch the game. And if that makes me if that makes me not woke, if I'm woke, if I boycott, or if I'm asleep because I watched the game on Super Bowl Sunday, I was That's what I was. I want to watch the game because I'm a football fan. I feel like they're taking too much stuff away from us.
They pandered like crazy, though. They had the Black Gospel Choir, and we giving away the civil rights, and every black person in Atlanta, and Big Boy. You like him?
This is this is the thing that I think is just kind of. I kind of always felt like, you know, entertainment and sports was almost like a safe haven from the rest of the world.
And that's
now
why
it's
Kaepernick
no longer.
was genius. He was like, nah, you ain't no game. This is real life. And y'all gonna pay attention to what I said.
And I watched it, but then I felt bad because the actual, do you think that maybe all the turmoil around it made it a terrible game?
No. The fact
it was just a bad game.
The game stunk it up. Because before that, the last 4 or 5 Super Bowls been lit.
Yes, and this one was just bad. The commercials were bad.
Well, here's the problem with the Super Bowl commercials. I don't even think it's the commercials' fault. It's social media. A lot of times they release these commercials ahead of time.
It's ruining the whole experience.
You've seen it. I saw the Cardi B one, which was a cool one. I saw that ahead of time. And you saw the NFL one. I didn't even see the commercial. I saw it on Twitter. You know what I mean?
That's just the thing. It's like, remember like back in the day when you used to watch the Super Bowl and everybody seen it at the first time?
Yes.
The commercials and even all the food. Like, that really takes me to a real...
And when you first started watching Super Bowl, you listened to it on the radio. So it was just crazy to be like, man, did you hear that one? For Ovaltine? Boy.
Ovaltine?
This commercial was clear.
And that's the thing. I've been a football fan since I was very young, maybe 3 or 4 years old. And now I feel like I'm being forced. And I feel like with a lot of different situations, even like with different artists' music or different things that we're fighting against, it's like it's almost forcing you to not love things that you used to love.
That's fine with me. If things are trash, like R. Kelly, if he turns out to be trash, then he's just trash. I think the thing that for me that was even more apparent than the boycott, I just realized I was really apathetic about the NFL. Like I just stopped watching this year and then just I went on with my life. Like I mean, it also helps that I travel a lot. I have other stuff to do, but
when I first met you, we both, I think I was in 2 fantasy football leagues. You were in at least one.
I was in like 4 or 5.
I
had Sunday ticket.
We used to argue about stuff. And
man, I don't know who does what, and I honestly didn't care. Yeah. And I didn't even care about the Seahawks, and I used to care a lot.
I just wish, I guess in a perfect world, I just wish that there were safe places that we can go. What I mean by safe places is just things that we can do in our lives where we don't have to worry about everybody arguing, fighting, and that's kind of what sports has always been to me. And now that this bleeds into it, it's just really sad because it's just like I can't watch the game.
You don't like racial injustice in your football game?
See, that's what I'm saying.
You don't like to deal with that.
No, it's just that I just want to be able to have a day where everybody knows my name. That's the Cheers slogan. But I just want to be able to just do stuff that isn't, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
It's so sad. Like life is already hard enough.
That your little game was bothered by racial injustice. I'm sorry.
See?
The death of an innocent black man bothered you, and you just want to watch a little football game.
That's not what
I don't want to watch my football touchdown. I don't care about the death and the blood in the streets.
So are we officially saying that the culture is done with the NFL?
Here's the other thing about the culture. You have to decide for you, just like in the Bible days, what do you stand for? My thing is, if you say you're boycotting, then you should boycott. You know what I mean? It's Melissa's sister was like, I'm boycotting. Like, first of all, you never watched the NFL. But so you don't have to boycott it. That's
exactly. It's just like me boycotting H&M. I couldn't fit anything that they sold, so it's an easy boycott.
You're H&M and you just say, biscuit. I like it.
Shut up. But no, that's just what I'm saying. It's just like I just don't know where the resolution is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yes, like I'm against police brutality. I just don't know what that has to do with football.
Well, that's the thing. Kaepernick was basically saying, y'all don't care nothing about this, so I'm going to take something that you do care a lot about and bring light to this thing that you don't care about by interrupting your...
I wish there was a different way for them to do that.
Oh, you sound like the white person.
Do I?
Yes, that's what they say.
I sound like a round person? Seriously, you're not joking?
No, that's what they say.
I sound like a white person.
I don't mind you protesting, just don't protest like that.
No, I'm just saying that all I said was I wish there was a different way to get the same desired effect.
Yeah, because you want them to protest in a way that you don't have to see it. So if he protests in the produce section...
Don't pay me like that. I don't want to be called a coon.
If he protested in the produce section, you'd be like, oh, vegetables? I don't see it. But that's really what people say. I don't mind protesting as long as I don't have to see it, which means as long as it's not effective or it doesn't bother me.
I wasn't even saying that I don't want to see it. I'm just... Okay, I sound like part of the problem. I just wish I could still watch football.
You can. You can do whatever you want since you're a sellout.
Whatever. So, all right. So,
speaking of the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl, the most unusual
news
dropped.
It was a doozy.
It was
oh, we're gonna talk about it level.
21 Savage.
Who knew?
I remember, okay, so I saw the news. 21 Savage has been arrested by ICE. He's from the UK, and I laughed because I was like, bro, these
hard.
fake headlines are hilarious. And then I saw it a couple more times. I was like, hold on, why is everybody sharing the same meme? But it looks like different articles are carrying this fake story.
Yeah, and then when CNN dropped it, it was like, oh.
Then I was like, hold on. So 21 Savage is from the United Kingdom? And not like I was born there like randomly and then I came here as a babe.
No, he came here like at 12.
Yes. If you were born in the UK from birth to 12, you had a British accent.
Yes. So he got rid of his accent, grew some dreads, and became a gangster rapper.
And he was in Zone 6.
Zone 6.
Zone 6, my lord. So I
would have thought it was Zone Brits. You see what I did there? Zone Brits? He's a Brit. He's from the UK, British, right? Zone Brits?
Ratchet is canceled. So Twitter was having a field day with the memes. And I saw some funny ones. Sir Savage the 21st was probably
when he was riding with the feather pin.
Everybody was having a laugh. Oh, chaps were having a laugh about it. Manan and my mom said it was funny. And Michael Dapper. That's the only British person I know. We're all having a good time.
Yes, right.
Here comes Demi Lovato. What y'all laughing about?
No, but there's an important thing to say. She was trying to shade the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is boring.
It's so boring. The best thing about the Super Bowl is these 21 Savage memes.
And all of Black Twitter was like...
No, it was like this. Like, laugh with me right now. Everybody in the room started laughing. Laugh, Jal. What you laughing at?
Well, we was all
Yeah, but what you laughing at?
21 Savage.
No, but what are you laughing at? And then they started making a mockery of her addiction.
This is the thing that sucks. That's what it was like to be roasting when you were a kid, and then you laugh and you would be like, hold on, I know you ain't
not laughing. Your father left you when you were 6. But
we was all kind of laughing.
You cannot join in, bro. It was, they said I won't even go into how bad some of these words. I'll just say one. Somebody said, I'm not going to laugh at this because, I suffer from addiction. I'm 445 days sober from alcohol.
Shout out to
that. Somebody said to her, why is she making jokes about 21 Savage getting deported when we did, like we don't remember heroin was finna deport her to heaven.
That is...
How dark is that?
This is the thing.
Bro!
The internet is a cold...
dark place.
Probably the worst thing I ever saw personally was Stephen Hawking, world-renowned, really smart guy, died. He was an atheist. Within an hour of his passing, somebody drew a cartoon caricature of him in a wheelchair with stairs leading to heaven and him being like, dang. And I was like...
No, I'm not laughing. We're comedians, so it's hard for me not to laugh if it by contrary is funny.
It was Gotham dark. So the thing that was crazy was like she was legitimately blindsided.
She did not see this.
I know she was like, bro, we was all laughing.
And then it wasn't cool. She threw the whole Twitter
away. They were like,
away.
no, you shut up.
And then she was trending more than him. I was the most insane thing I had ever seen.
Do you think that was an overreaction?
It's absolutely an overreaction. And us as black people or black Twitter, because I don't even know who governs that, we got to stop that. We can't pick and choose who says what.
Oh, sure we can.
No, it's wrong,
Listen,
Kevin.
this is...
A joke is a joke is a joke is a joke.
No, you're my brother, right? And I can pick on you. I'll push you and beat you up, whatever. And then somebody, just a random person's like, I'm gonna do the same thing you did. No.
How do you quantify that with 21 Savage? We don't know 21 Savage.
But he black though.
So because he's black, us as black people get to say, hey, blah blah blah, whatever. If anyone of any different race decides to joke, you're wrong.
You shut up.
We'll come for you.
I don't know if it was because she was white. I don't know if it's because she was white. I think it was more because she just recently went through her own bout, and it was like, fam. You don't get to laugh. Like, I don't know if Justin Timberlake would have actually because Janet Jackson. Who's a white person who hasn't got it? Jeff Goldblum.
It's a random white person to just come up with.
He ain't had no cancer. Black Twitter loves Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, people genuinely love Jeff Goldblum. Guy.
He was in Deep Cover back in the day.
He was. Okay. You were in Deep Dish Pizza this morning. if Jeff Goldblum would have been like, yo, this is funny, do you think we would have been like, if you don't get your Jurassic Park eyewear glasses, looking.
This is the thing. The only thing she had, okay, she suffers from addiction. That means she can't laugh at somebody else on a joke. Now, okay, this is how I can give you that. I can see if maybe somebody else was dealing with alcoholism or drug problems and she makes a joke. It's like, fam, you shouldn't be making that joke. But it's a joke that had nothing to do. It's just, she can't laugh.
She can't.
Then Nicki Minaj came for, what was the senator, the white lady's name that Nicki Minaj came for? There was another lady that
Tommy Loren?
Tommy Loren. She said something, and she can't, whatever she is. She's not a senator?
I was just like, I know you're not thinking of Tommy Loren as
That's
a senator.
what I'm talking about. What does she do?
She's just a talk show host.
Okay, well, Tommy Loren made a joke.
Oh, man.
And she said the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She made a joke.
Yeah.
And then Nicki Minaj went at her like, you're so obsessed with our culture. You don't get to make a joke.
She is.
But why we can't all joke together? It started to be too divided.
Tommy Loren is a culture. She's a culture vulture.
You see, I didn't know who she was.
You obviously don't. So let us inform you. She's a troll, professional, conservative.
It's a Diet Coke, by the way.
Troll. You don't have to quantify what you're drinking. It's a root beer. And don't lie to us. By the way, for lunch, Doughboy had a chicken salad with bacon and ranch, and he just ate the bacon and ranch and then threw the lettuce. Fried chicken.
But I'm trying to do better.
Doing better is not pouring salad dressing on fried chicken and bacon and then just eating
If I wouldn't have got that, I would have got a burger and fries and a soda.
Okay.
And the cookies.
Listen.
I'm going back after this.
Go.
I'm going to do what I really wanted to do. But with this situation, like, so are you mean to tell us that now we're the culture and we can tell people what they can and can't laugh at? It's a little bullyish.
We are bullies.
We need to stop.
Get out of our business.
Why can't Tori make that joke?
Tori?
What's her name?
Demi Lovato?
No, the white lady that...
Tommy Loren?
Tommy Loren.
No. Because
why can't Tommy Loren make that joke?
If you don't know who she is, you're not really qualified to talk about this.
Okay. She's a racist?
She is a professional, like, culture troll. She literally is.
Is she a racist?
She is the worst. If she was just
so she's pro-Trump.
Yes, she's pro-Trump, but that she is just a troll. I don't know how best to describe it.
She's on CNN?
She's on her own show. Like trust me.
Okay, so I'm not sticking up for her. I don't even know who she is, but
yeah,
she can't make a joke.
No.
What if she was say what's Fergie? What if Fergie made the joke?
No, if you can't sing the national anthem, you can't be funny.
I just don't think that we should be telling people who
why not? Because it's our culture, man. Mind your business.
But who gets to come into? I'm trying to.
We do.
I'm trying to promote unity.
Nah.
So she just. So are you, by that rationale, you're saying people who are not of the culture. So I'm assuming people that ain't black.
Sometimes when you're not of the culture, you need to know when it's your time to. When you are a guest,
right?
You are a guest in black culture. You don't get to harp on the
guest of black culture.
Yes, bro. We got the music and the dance.
A guest of black culture.
Yes,
that's a thing.
Yes, you're a visiting pass.
So you got
because you don't have to. She's never gonna have to deal with the same struggles we're gonna have to deal with.
But I just think laughter brings us together. That's the best thing about like say when you bring me on the road like you did this past weekend and say
a great set.
Sacramento. Shout out to
it ain't accidental.
But I'm looking amongst that audience and I see a bunch of black people, white people, old people, young people, Mexican people, very diverse crowd. I feel like laughter brings us together. So if we can all laugh together, I feel like we can all start to build together.
Okay, now here, I'm going to give you an example. Okay. We're not gay.
We're not.
Right? Mm-hmm. So if gay people are having a laugh about something that is inherent to gay culture,
okay,
and we are not gay, and we jump in and say, yeah, you gay dude, you did this and that. You think they're going to be like, oh, yeah, you who are not a part of this community, you jump in and you can ridicule our people, too.
Yeah.
You think people going to be cool with that? Give you another example since that one didn't stick with you.
Okay.
You grew up in the black church, right?
I did.
And you had good pastors, bad pastors, right?
I did.
Somebody comes in who doesn't grow up in church, like, man, every pastor in the world just steals money. They ain't nothing but a bunch of liars. We joking about that?
I see.
No, it's not like that. I know a lot of people are like, but you don't know you only know what you know.
Okay.
Now here's my other thing.
Okay. Yeah, you stopped me there.
I was very surprised at the vitriol that went her way, and it wasn't just black people at her.
Right.
They had her delete her Twitter
and threw the whole Twitter away.
Throw it away.
Away.
I personally thought it was a little bit like, dang.
But see, this is the thing that I think is very dangerous about that narrative. I'm a person that suffers from addiction. I literally, like, me being an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic, will be a recovering alcoholic for the rest of my life. It's something that will never go away. So to see people attack her disease, now I get it. Okay, maybe it was in poor taste for her to laugh at somebody being deported. Maybe none of us should have been laughing at that, but millions of people were laughing. So her maybe in poor taste laughing at something will have people insulting a disease that could literally kill her. You can die.
Yeah.
And people make jokes about that. I thought that was entirely too far. I feel like people on the internet are very dark people sometimes and hide behind their keyboards and say really monstrous things. Like when you're an addict, bro, like if that would have been me and I would have had millions of people tweeting, like I get that now. I've showed you some comments. People be like, "Shut up, Doughboy, you're just a drunk and I hope you die." Like, I just think that was just a terrible thing to do to a recovering alcohol.
I agree.
An addiction, person that dealt with addiction.
But I agree. I think it was overkill. And
Absolutely.
I think their lesson here is sometimes here's the thing. Sometimes you can just laugh in silence. You can be on Twitter and laugh and have a great time.
I like that.
You can share it with your group chat.
That's very smart.
Some things you just don't need to publicly join in on.
And you have to understand your platform.
Understand your platform, who you are, who the people are. There's a lot of things that I enjoy in the comfort of my own group chat that I never make public about what I think is funny or not.
Right.
So I think people.
You've called me before, like, Doughboy, I've got a joke. I could never say this.
I can't even. I don't even want to text it to you.
You was like, just listen to it.
Listen,
I know what
you know what I'm saying? So I think that's when you need to know that it's not for you to talk about.
But I feel with the way the world is right now, sorry about that. I feel like the way that the world is right now, we blur that line so much. Like, how do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, who can say what and when they can say it? I feel like it's too much. So, I mean, with the Tracy Kelly, what?
Are you saying Tori Kelly? Do you know white people? You don't know white women.
Her, you know. So with her,
I went from Senator Tommy Loren to Tracy Kelly, and the person is Demi Lovato.
Okay, but
I'm talking about Demi Lovato.
But I'm talking about the other one, Tori.
Tommy.
So with Tommy, I can see why people came for her because of her views, and she's a troll.
Yeah.
Demi did not deserve that.
I won't disagree with that.
Okay, so I feel like, you know,
But
she was just
mind your business.
Mind your business, though.
Mind your business, and sometimes
that was just a harsh awakening.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
She was like, oh.
Yeah. And you know she probably just tweeted like, oh, everybody laughing like, yo, this is hilarious. Wait.
Now you shut up though.
Wait, why is everyone adding me? But wait, why am I trending?
Right.
How can I make this stop?
You shut up.
So, but yeah, man. So I guess that's shout out to Demi Lovato. Hopefully she's.
You just always say that when you don't know what to say.
I do.
You just say shout out to people. What does that mean? Shout out to Demi Lovato. What does that mean?
Because people were coming at her saying very mean and vicious things.
What does shout out to her mean? In this instance, what does shout out mean?
Keep your head up, Demi. Don't let people say these terrible things and tear you down.
Say that?
So that's what shout out means.
No, it don't.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like we were saying, we actually just hit a recent milestone in my life, and I had just texted you about this. So if people don't know, with my alcoholism, Kev has been my number one supporter. He's my best friend, and he, took me to Nobu. You know what I'm saying? When I hit a year,
because he had no boot to take him.
Did not. So it's always been a really, really cool thing. But we came up to the conclusion of one thing. A lot of the times when I was drinking and I was knee deep in my alcoholism, when you would ask me like, "Doughboy, why do you do this?" And I used to always say stuff like, "Yo, man, I can't sleep. I suffer from insomnia. Like I just can't sleep." And so then, I would drink so I could sleep. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm over a year removed from drinking all myself and drinking myself to sleep, still can't sleep.
So the bottle had nothing to do with it?
The bottle had nothing to do with it. So I was talking to friends, talking to family. We're like, what? Talking to therapists. Everybody's like, I don't know. Then I realized I just have a bad mattress.
So how long were you blaming your sleep on alcohol when it was your mattress all along?
For about 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years?
Saying that I couldn't sleep and I've had the same mattress the whole time. And it was just a trash. Like I have the type of mattress where I wake up in the morning sore like I just worked out. Yeah. Ain't worked out. Like, I mean, I was going to go to the gym. I just feel like I just got out the gym. So
you've been lifting yourself on that mattress.
Exactly.
You're wrestling with those bumps and springs.
Getting beat up at nighttime. So I think that's now that I'm in the market for a new mattress, I absolutely will be going to mattressbypurple.com.
You need to go to purple.com.
Absolutely.
It's because they listen to their mattress. Okay. I know you got your mattress on the side of the road because that's just how you live. You're like, oh, pee stains?
I'll take it.
I can get rid of that.
Sign that says bed bugs. What's that? in my bed.
A raccoon sold it to you. Listen, I got 20 cents on the dollar for this mattress, okay? Now you give me 6 boxes of cookies, I'm going to give you this mattress. Doughboy was like, deal, Mr. Raccoon. Shook his little raccoon hand.
His paw?
Yeah, he shook his little paw. He was like, all right. He had a little beret on. But Purple, our friends at purple.com have a high quality mattress. Okay, it was established by a scientist, a rocket scientist. Actually, a rocket scientist established this mattress. He used all his scientificity.
That's not a word.
Scientificity.
Okay.
And he said, man, I'm going to make sure you have the best sleep. So the thing that's dope about it, it has a brand new material that was developed by the rocket scientists. And it's not like memory foam. Because memory foam is, memory foam.
Some of these memory foams have amnesia. They forgot everything.
But the thing about the Purple mattress is it's both firm and soft. You know, like your muscles. You know, they're a little firm.
You didn't have to say that part.
No, but that's how it is. So it keeps everything supported by being really comfortable. And it's very cool. Because, you know, I cannot sleep if I'm hot.
Yes.
And Melissa, bless her heart, have the heat on 80, 90.
Women do that a lot.
Women be hot.
Not just that way. Like they use hot shower water too.
Yes. And
temperature scalding. Now I get in.
So it's, can my face melt off? Yes. Turn it on hotter. So for you, our lovely listeners, we got a very sweet deal. Listen to me carefully. You're going to love Purple. And right now, our listeners will get a free Purple pillow with the purchase of a mattress. In addition to the great free gifts they're offering site-wide, just text RR for Righteous Mattress to 797979. The only way to get this free pillow is to text RR to 797979. That's RR to 797979. Message and data rates do apply.
R&R.
Don't do that.
All right, man.
So your sleep life should not suck.
Absolutely. And if you're suffering through drinking, it might not be the bottle, it might be your bed. Take it from your boy. Moving right along. So going with the culture and canceling people and different things, I have some strong opinions about this. I want to see where you fall on the side of this. Now, our good friend Bow Wow, he was
Sad Moss.
Sad. Or in this case, Bow Ow.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, we're not making fun of the situation.
You are making fun of domestic violence.
We're not. So,
yes, you are.
Okay, we're not making jokes about domestic violence. But Bow Wow was caught up in a situation with a female, and there was a
woman.
Fight. A woman. Oh, yeah, but that's what's called.
Sexist.
Okay, I got you. So there was him and a woman that he was dealing with, and they got into a fight, and it turned physical. So everybody was ready to cancel him, and then the mugshots came out, and Bow Wow looked like he was on the receiving end of this exchange. Because if you've seen pictures of both of them, and he looked like he had fought a whole cougar.
Yeah.
A whole jaguar.
He went one-on-one with Wolverine.
Yes. So how do we feel about that, though?
You know what? I love to laugh at Bow Wow. Nothing gives me greater joy than to laugh at him. I've had plenty of laughs at his expense. Probably most notably the private flight live.
Bow Wow challenge.
Bow Wow challenge brought me so much joy. But I couldn't laugh at this.
I couldn't either.
Okay? And the thing is, first of all, we know we have a society that lives in double standards, right? And I just know. And actually, this was the temperament. At first, it was all laughs for a minute on our timeline, kind of before the mugshots came out. When we didn't know it, it was just like, wow, Bow Wow wilding again. He got arrested. Then it was like he got in a fight. Then it was like he got in a fight with a woman. And here's the mugshots. And then I saw his face was all scratched up. For a little while, there was jokes on the timeline. But kind of quickly, people were like, you know, man, this ain't really cool.
It's not.
Because had it been the other way around,
it would have been canceled without even a question.
If she had black eyes and bloody nose and like a busted lip
just bruises to show that there was evidence of a physical altercation.
And his face was...
Right, and his face was good. He would have been done. It wouldn't have been nothing to talk about. We would have canceled Bow Wow that day.
What little of his career left would have been canceled.
And that wasn't necessary at this point in the game, but you did it. It's okay. I'll give you the laugh. But this is the messed up part. I see no outrage towards this woman.
No.
None.
No. Because
I think that's...
And you know what's funny? Not funny, but you know what's interesting? There's domestic violence that goes the other way. I've known some people who were in abusive relationships and the woman was the abuser.
Oh, I know. No, seriously. I know men that have been in situations and got beaten up and just won't say nothing because they're embarrassed.
Yes.
Literally.
I know some men as well.
Yes.
And it's like, oh man, I mean, and as a man, you what are you supposed to do?
It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like there's no way that this is a lose-lose for Bow Wow. And
so
I just feel like
how are we hurting? Are we hurting? I guess the domestic violence arena by making fun of him.
Absolutely.
Are we adding to?
We're part of the problem when we make those jokes.
Yeah.
And I almost did a parody on it because I do. Actually, I did a parody about the 21 Savage thing, and I ended up taking it down because I was just like, I took it down because I was just like, somebody really got locked up for this.
Well, this is the thing about.
I don't want to make a joke about something serious.
The thing that was funny, the thing that was crazy, it was funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I laughed. Was that he was like so Atlanta.
Exactly.
And he was from the UK.
And I would have kept it if that was the only thing. But the fact that he got arrested and he's now under like 23-hour-a-day lockdown, I don't want to be a part of making a joke about somebody losing their freedom.
And that's when it was like, well, that part's not.
Right.
Like, Sir Savage the 21st was funny until I realized
he's really locked up right now.
There's no bond.
And he might not come home. He has kids,
children, and family depending on him.
So just the responsible person in me was like, I'm going to take that down. So the same, because I was actually here when I started writing that one, and then I was like, I got doing them on Bow Wow too. But then it was like, for one, it's really difficult to make jokes about DV anyway. But then secondly, I'm just like, I don't want to make this funny. I don't want to solve no, this is a serious thing. This guy was in a fight and he looked like he got beat up. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, no. And I do feel like we do need to hold women responsible when they mess up too. It can't just be men always mess up, men do bad things, lock them all up, cancel them when they mess up. Because what happens when women do the same thing? I see no outrage for her or like lock her up or nothing. And I feel like that's a one-sided society sometimes.
Yeah, and also we don't know who she is. Like, she's not a celebrity. It's not like if the roles were reversed.
Right.
But even if that was the case, we would be like, that would be the man is weak.
Right, exactly.
Not the woman is wrong. That's just how we tend to do things. The same thing with your kids. Like when you have a son, he's having sex early. Oh, that's my boy. I'm proud of him. And your daughter having sex early. Girl, don't do that. Exactly. You're going to get pregnant. We don't. Bro, they both should. It's a
double standard.
They should both not be doing that. So that's why I was just like, I ain't finna.
And that's just my biggest thing.
And
too.
I never miss a chance to make fun of Bow Wow.
Bow Wow is the king go-to when you want to just get a joke off. It's like people start talking about you, be like, but Bow Wow's short. But not this time. So shout out to Bow Wow. And no, I didn't run out of things to say, but shout out to Bow Wow. Keep your head up. And positive.
You had nothing.
No, but that goes because you just said it a couple minutes ago. Now I was like,
you
nervous.
Always say it. You always say shout out when you don't know what to say.
Why would you say that on camera? Now I'm gonna be like self-conscious every time I say shout out to somebody.
I want you to think about another way to segue.
I don't know though. But
whatever shout out means for you in that moment, say that.
Okay.
So Bow Wow,
our thoughts and prayers are with Bow Wow.
There you go.
Get well
Mr.
soon.
Wow.
Get you some cocoa butter.
See, now you're making jokes.
I'm not making jokes. His face was scratched.
But you making fun of that.
I'm not. No, I got scratched in my face before, and when you get cut like that,
well, you can't be trying to eat the cat's food. You know they're territorial about that.
So, all right. So there we go with Bow Wow, and moving straight along.
Yes, we got so much.
Yes, we do. So let's just keep it rap for 2 seconds, and then we'll get to the other part. So another rapper that was known for being a huge troll, getting himself into some. Are you over here? Are you yelling on camera?
No.
I seen you, Kevin.
Did not. I was sneezing. I sneezed a little bit. Bless me.
Sick of you.
Jesus.
Anyway, there's another rapper, and he's known for trolling, and his life has gotten very real since he's been arrested 2 months ago. One and only Tekashi 6ix9ine, big Tekashi for you haters that be trying to hate. He was indicted on a bunch of RICO charges, and he was facing life. He was like, I'm facing life. Hold on. They were like, what do you want to do? You want to go to jail or you want to keep it player and get out of here and tell on some people? He said, start singing on the stand and told on everybody. A lot of people were saying that he might have told on 21 Savage, and that's why 21 Savage got indicted.
They were saying that?
No, I was just trying to insert some more funny.
21 Savage is a British national. We're talking about drug things. Anybody. One time when I was a kid, my dad got mad at me because I was supposed to clean the kitchen and I didn't.
You went there and ate all the snacks and you just started eating all the food. And
no, I didn't clean the kitchen. That's all. He comes home like, why didn't you clean the kitchen? I was like, Michelle smoked a cigarette one time. He was like, what? And I was like, she smoked. Like, what does that have to do with the kitchen? She smoked cigarettes. This is what I'm telling you. My sister smoked a cigarette 2 weeks ago.
So it's like you were holding this joker in your pocket?
And it was useless. She didn't even get in trouble because I used it.
You probably got in more trouble because she was a narc.
Yes. My dad was like, first of all, has nothing to do with the kitchen. Second of all, why didn't you tell us before? I was like, I was saving it. It was my draw
the best part, she was probably sitting there eating her cereal like, what?
Yeah.
Clink.
It was a big joker. She did this. We're not supposed to. Tobacco is bad.
Tobacco? So, he was in there like, but can you really blame the kid?
Listen, here's the thing about Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think Tekashi 6ix9ine thought this was wrestling. He thought, I'm going to play this role. People like this character. I'm going to create a character. I'm going to be hanging around with these people who are really with it. And I'm going to rap and I'm going to play this role.
Right.
And he thought it was wrestling.
He thought it was Grand Theft Auto.
And it was real life.
Yeah.
He was out here playing a role.
Right.
And he got real charges. He's playing a role. Now he's going to need to be up for parole. Because he going to real jail.
That was good.
I think. And here's the thing. The people who play that like no snitching thing, they from the streets for real.
Right.
They willing to die for this. They willing to do all this and that. Bless you. You all right?
I am good.
But he's not, and the thing about the street code, you got to be in the streets.
How would you know, Kevin?
Because
because you watch movies and
in The Wire, there's the civilians and there's people in the game.
But you
don't expect people who are civilians to uphold the street code because they're not in the streets.
This is true. But see, the crazy thing is, a lot of times, even people that are supposed to be of the street, even they end up telling. Some of the toughest people that you're around will tell.
Yes, and that's how how they get people. So even people from the streets, they be like, "Listen, I ain't finna go to jail for very much longer."
Right.
What do you want to know?
Letting me out. This is the messed up part. So he was indicted. This is crazy too. He was indicted on a bunch of charges.
Yeah,
RICO charges, different things. Do you know what he confessed to? He confessed to something he wasn't even charged with. What? He confessed to paying somebody for the Chief Keef shooting.
What do you mean?
He said that I paid somebody to shoot at Chief Keef, but he wasn't even charged with that.
He just voluntarily.
He volunteered that, so that made me think that maybe when everybody got to start breaking it down and getting
he was just like, let me tell you about all the crimes I've done.
Right.
Here's one.
Exactly.
Did they just then add to that to his stuff?
See, that's the thing. It almost makes it a little bit smarter because it's just like when everybody's trying to make their deal, you probably got somebody else over there getting ready to make a deal, like talking to their lawyer, like kind of how you held the Joker for the cigarette.
Yeah.
They're probably like, well, look, he paid me $10,000 to shoot at somebody, and I can prove it. And so they're probably like, let me just tell you everything. I did this, even though you didn't know about it, as a show of good faith. And that I think he's going to be like Nino Brown in the end of New Jack City.
Wait, what did Nino Brown do?
Nino Brown told on everybody.
Wesley Snipes?
You don't remember what he told? He told on Christopher Williams, and they went and arrested Christopher. I'm gonna need you to watch New Jack City. See, you was
I know.
No, because you were trying to write New Snack City. You were trying to make it about a world where snacks and honey buns got prohibited. And you brought them to justice. No, but in New Jack City,
I haven't seen New Jack City in a minute.
I don't know that you've ever seen it.
That's no Ice-T kill you like want to kill you so bad.
Yes, that was just weird. Like pause. What do you mean?
What?
That should never be the reaction that's happening. You want to kill him, not do that. But no, at the end of the movie, he told on everybody. He
was getting out of jail. That's why he was getting out of jail.
Exactly. He was like, this is much bigger than me, baby. And you.
And that's why the dude shot him at the end.
Exactly.
Okay. I told you, I ain't see.
You need a refresher?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot because Nino Brown
had it been Mama I Could Sing the movie, you would have been able to recite the whole opening monologue off the rip.
I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed.
So that's the thing. So, I feel like.
Let me tell you what.
What?
Whether I'm street, the kingpin, the soldier, so I will snitch.
I know. You said it like there's any question of that.
I don't know who you think I am.
You get pulled over for a parking ticket. You'd be like, sir.
My sister smoked a cigarette when she was in 7th grade. What?
Tobacco.
You were going 55 and a 40, but my sister smoked. Don't you understand me? It was against the law. She was under 18. She had a lit cigarette.
I'm lit. Loose. I'm thinking of the word.
I love you so much.
That's the thing. So that's the thing, and I've seen that. Like I remember back in Sacramento where it wasn't accidental when I was trapping in the rental. It was never sentimental.
It was never sentimental.
Back then, I seen a guy that I knew, and he got pulled over randomly. Drug dealers, if you're gonna be drug dealers, follow the traffic laws. I know too many drug dealers. He got pulled over for a seatbelt. Maybe if you got a brick of raw in the trunk, you should buckle up.
He got a brick of that raw?
Brick of the raw. So he gets pulled over, and so it's just a seatbelt ticket at this point. His boy's in the back seat, and he's on parole for something totally unrelated.
Really?
They get him out there like, oh, you're on parole, you're rolling with this guy. He's like, man, you got a brick of raw in the truck. My homie went to prison for this.
Why did he say that?
Because he was on parole, and so he was just riding around. So he was thinking they were gonna get him like on a parole violation for probably something stupid.
So
and
he said, but that man has drugs
in the trunk right now.
That was the cigarette.
That's the cigarette.
You have no seatbelt on. He has cocaine in the trunk. What? That's infinitely more serious than the seatbelt.
Can I go home now? Yes.
Did he get out?
He got out. And my boy my boy went to prison for like 5 years.
For the dude who had the seatbelt on?
No, the dude without the seatbelt went to prison. The dude that told on him got to go home. And
but they didn't ask about the trunk?
No, bro. And the messed up part was I remember my boy telling me the story about it. So he was just like, so dude gets out the car and goes to the back seat of the truck. He was like, I'm just thinking they talking to him. He was like, and as he's sitting in the car, he's like, keep looking in the rearview mirror. He keeps seeing the conversation go from like, he was like, what is he pointing up here? When they came up there, like, get out the car. He goes to prison. So I say all that to say that even these street dudes don't be having morals. I did not expect Tekashi to go that far without telling.
Man, if you ain't about that life,
just
rap.
But see, that's the thing. And that's why I feel like we're all wrong. That's why I feel like we're all wrong in what happened to him. I feel like we all carry a little bit of responsibility. And what I mean by that is the consuming public, we as the consuming public, because we're entertained by this.
I've never been entertained by nothing.
Well, you're not really like, you're more of a, Kirk Franklin, you know what I'm saying? Like Fred Hammond. That's your vibe. But for us that we listen to the street content, we were just very amused by this and we thought it was so funny.
He needs to be like Blueface.
What does that mean?
Blueface, is he banging? Blueface?
He's a Crip. He's Blueface.
I thought that was because of George Washington.
George Jefferson.
George Washington.
It is George Washington.
No,
he's a Crip.
It's Benjamin Franklin.
Oh yeah, we're both stupid. We're both dumb, apparently. Bong. That's when you realize you and your friend is stupid.
You're like,
Washington. Dummy.
George Jefferson. Ben Franklin.
We're both wrong.
So but Blueface is not because of Blueface hunted?
But no, he's a Crip. But I get you though. He's not extra. He's not disrespectful.
He's just Tekashi was like, I'll kill people. I'm in the streets,
people,
blah, blah,
he
blah.
Suck my ID. Like
I feel like he got caught up in what he thought the gang culture was.
And you really can't really blame him. If you really think about it, think about 50 Cent. Just think about when 50 Cent had his ascension to the top. Yeah. Social media didn't exist.
No.
So when you're a kid and he's probably coming up in that era, you see 50 Cent, this big disrespectful guy, and that's how I get on. That's just the ultimately sad thing. I mean, I can see, just like much when we were talking about the R. Kelly thing, like when I look at Tekashi, I see a kid, a misguided kid that makes incredible music. He got caught up with the wrong people, and then the consequences were really hard. And I don't feel like he was a criminal mastermind. He was a child. So I shout out to prayers and well wishes
to my opposition
to Tekashi, because he's just in one of those situations that I don't envy. Hopefully he gets out, but it ain't. He
had like
good.
40 years.
Yeah,
all right, when you get out, if he serves all the time, he's supposed to get out when he's 69.
That's just the irony of life. Yes,
I hope that ain't true. But
we'll see what happens.
I read that on Twitter, so it has to be true.
Shut up. Moving right along. Now, this is something that you brought to my attention, and I am not as well versed in this situation, so I'm going to let you set the table and set the mood and tell us about
the Virginia governor.
The Virginia governor. Tell me about this.
Governor of Virginia, Democratic governor.
Okay.
Was minding his business one fateful day. A picture surfaces on the interwebs. Picture of him smiling, him on a convertible, and then two gentlemen, one in blackface, one in a Ku Klux Klan hood.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait. There's a picture of him. And who?
Well, there's a picture of him. You can't really tell it's him because it's a black and white picture, and one of them is in blackface, one is in a Klan hood.
So him and two other people.
No. It's just two people in this picture. So it's a collage of pictures.
Gotcha.
So in this particular picture, that's on his yearbook page from the some Virginia medical school is.
So when he was in college.
When he was in college, like Klan hoodie, blackface.
And they're saying that he is either the one with the blackface or the.
So what happened was he apologizes for the pictures. Like, yo, I'm sorry for the race-based.
Irresponsible.
Yes. Race is this, race is this. I was young, I was dumb. I'm not that guy anymore. It's 1983, by the way, or 1985. I was alive. You were 20, 30 years old. And his first response is, I'm sorry.
Like, my bad.
Like, I shouldn't have done this.
Lapse
I should have
in
known
judgment.
better. Yes, right? People are like, you need to resign. You need to resign. You need to resign. He's like,
How old was he when this happened, though?
He's college age. I don't know. Somewhere
So
between
25.
22 to 26.
Okay. All right.
So then after he says,
I'm sorry,
he comes back a day or so later and is just like, also, that ain't me. I don't know if that's me or not.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I
was apologizing for whoever was in the picture, but it wasn't me.
I was apologizing because it was on my picture. But you know what? Kevin's sister smoked a cigarette when she was in 7th grade. And I think that's what we should be talking about.
Tobacco.
So then he went straight Shaggy.
Shaggy?
No, Shaggy, the singer. It wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't me. I thought you meant Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Shaggy?
You just wanted to do that.
I did.
Because you snack on dog biscuits.
Shut up.
So the funniest part of that is like, he was just like, nah.
Because they couldn't prove it was him.
The picture is old. You can't tell who it is in the picture. We're assuming that all the other pictures are you on your yearbook page. You're either the Klan hoodie or the blackface. He's like, neither.
Even though he already apologized.
I was actually reading my Bible in another picture. And yeah, after he already apologized, now that wasn't even me. And y'all tripping. Don't worry. I got some facial recognition software. And he's just at this moment, he has not resigned. He's just like, nah. And really, I didn't even see the yearbook. Okay, what happened was I didn't know we had a yearbook. I didn't know what is a year. I've never read a book in my.
Wow. So now what does it stand? He's still working there, or
he said he'll resign
mayor?
if it becomes governor. He said he'll resign if it becomes apparent that he can no longer govern. But at this moment, I'm still gonna be up at the governor's mansion.
How do you feel about this? First of all, let me tell you how I feel.
Okay, then why you ask me?
Because that's what I be doing sometimes. First of all, I feel like we have got to stop handcuffing people to their past.
Okay.
We have got, now mind you, I'm not sticking up for him, and I'm not saying he's right for what he's done, and I'm not saying that we should, but I mean, if you're in college.
You are the governor.
Right.
And you took a picture like this, you probably shouldn't be able to govern.
Why?
Right now.
But, okay, let's tell me why. Seriously.
Because the public can have no faith in you that you're going to be able to govern without bias. If you thought it was cool to either be in blackface, be in a Klan hoodie, or have friends that thought that was cool enough that was on your page. Okay. And I don't believe you didn't know.
Okay. So let me tell you why.
And then he also said, I dress up in blackface and I do Michael Jackson.
He said that? He admitted to that?
Yeah, I be doing. There was times when I did the blackface and I did Michael Jackson.
Okay. So this is the thing, because I know as soon as I just said that, people are right now typing
Kermit me
hate to me right now. So I get that.
And here's where I agree with you. Okay. Before you talk,
okay,
people should be allowed to grow,
bro,
and learn.
We should.
But some things, no.
Okay, so let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is so connected to me. I was just talking to one of my women friends about this the other day.
People should be able to grow. That's twice she said female in today's episode. Are we gonna let you go by?
I was talking to a good friend of mine.
Pig.
Good friend of mine, and won't say her name. That's not important.
Thank you.
What she was telling me, she was talking about how she dates guys and how she'll see something, and if she sees something, like she'll know that that's like a warning sign or
yes.
XYZ, and that's kind of like how she governs her thoughts about men. And I'm just like, well, that can kind of be counterproductive sometimes because people can change. So this brings me to the point of what I was just saying. Now, if he did this back when he was 20, 23 years old, was that stupid? Yes. Does that sound racist? Absolutely. Does it sound like he's something he should do? No, not at all. He shouldn't have done that ever. But if I were to tell you some of the things I did when I was 20, 22 years old, I was stupid too. I did a lot of dumb things.
Yeah, but heating up peanut butter and dipping toast in it is not harmful.
But this is another thing that I was saying. This is another reason why it's so close to me. Like we talked about earlier, I'm a recovering alcoholic. So a lot of people, let's just say in a relationship that I was in, people will start to believe you're an alcoholic. I can't date an alcoholic. I can never do that.
Yeah.
Here I am 445 days later, I'm not an alcoholic, or at least I'm a recovering alcoholic. So people can change. And I feel like when we handcuff people to their past, like you just said, yeah, he did that. And so because you did that, there's no way you should be able to have this position. But what if you just change? What if you're not like that anymore? If that happened in 83 and now it's 2019, that's like 33 years ago. That's crazy. Like you can't change enough in 33 to leave some racist epitones in the back of your life or in the rear view of your life. You can't change enough to be like, I'm not like that no more. I don't think like that no more.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're on trial for a case where race is a subject. the judge, you find out the judge is one of those guys in that picture. Do you feel like a person who's took that picture can give you a non-biased, can handle your case with non-bias if they took part in that racist picture? Do you think they care enough about you?
Yeah.
You would forgive that racist picture if a person, if your life hung in the balance, you feel like this guy and say this other guy doesn't have any claims like that. You'd be like either one of those. That guy was 40 years ago.
This is what I'm saying. The power of what I'm saying is that there are people that are inherent racists that are in those judge seats that just had the common sense to never take that picture. That doesn't mean that doesn't exist or that racist person doesn't exist.
Fair.
So if you tell me that, hey, this guy had the blackface on and the Klan thing, like, yeah, I can in my mind say, yeah, you can change enough to do that, but anybody could be sitting in that seat and anybody can be a racist just because you've taken that picture doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying we need to vilify him and throw him in jail, but I'm saying
I don't think he should resign.
Maybe he shouldn't be. I absolutely think you should
because of something he did 30 years ago.
Why do you think people should not be held accountable for things?
I'm saying that he should be held accountable, but you should quit your job because you took a picture.
Why is it just surfacing then? If he knew about it, do you think
clearly he's ashamed of it? Clearly he has done something to where he's not proud of it. That's the thing that I'm talking about, the overall culture of the world. We just see things. You made a mistake 20 years ago, and I want you to be punished for it now. Was
he ever punished for it?
Let me ask you this. Has he done anything racist since he's been the mayor or the governor? What is he? It really puts holes in my argument when I don't know what he's done.
Governor.
Has he done any racist things as a governor?
I didn't know anything about him.
Has he passed racist laws?
I didn't know anything about him until he was.
Has he taken a picture like that the past 3 years?
Are you just asking a rhetorical question? I just told you that.
Rhetorical.
I said rhetorical.
You said rhetorical.
No, I said rhetorical.
Whatever, man. You've been in your feelings this whole episode.
I ain't been about it.
You're angry, Kev, today.
I'm not.
So so just to put a button on it, you think because this picture surfaced that he should be, at the minimum, he should give up his job?
Yes.
And then go do what?
Mow the lawn, pay penance, apologize, work in some community events with kids. I don't think I could trust you to be the governor if this is what you thought.
So as a racist, so they're all different jobs that you would trust a racist to do? So what would you feel like he should be able to do as a racist?
What do you mean?
So you mean that you don't think that he should be able to be the governor anymore?
A mechanic.
Okay. So a racist can work on your car? What if all the black people, he cut their brake lines?
Why would he do that?
Because he's a racist. So then why are you taking him out of office?
1-star Yelp reviews.
So just to wrap it all the way up, you're just saying that he should, at the very least, should not be able to do his job.
Yes.
And I kindly disagree. I say that people can change. And no, I'm not condoning his behavior and saying it's okay.
You give everybody a pass. As long as it was back in the day, you cool. No matter what you say.
I'm just saying that you have to allow people a chance to change. You can't
you can be allowed to change, and you can also not be the governor. And then you change. Did R. Kelly change? That was in his past.
That's the slippery slope, and I'm not touching R. Kelly's thing. Okay, Kevon, we have come to my favorite part of the show, the Doughboy wrap-up.
The Doughboy wrap-up.
I get to flex my freestyle rap skills.
Flex his freestyle rap skills.
He has some words that he's going to try to stump me with.
And the words for today that Doughboy must rap, not in any particular order, are milk, plain, peace.
Wait, no, we did plain on the last one.
Did we?
Yeah, I remember saying the rapper. Get a different word. Come on, man. Get your stuff together.
I don't remember you.
Matter of fact, get a whole bunch of different words. Because I don't, these just.
What's wrong with these?
Well, I know I said plain.
Well, that's one word.
All right.
Oh, this is two words. Can you handle that?
Man, come on. I'm in the streets for real. Thugging.
This one you'll like. Ooh, this one doesn't have nothing to rhyme with it.
Yeah.
You still want me to do it?
Yeah. So that's what I like.
All right.
Okay.
There's absolutely no word that rhymes with this.
You want to talk into the mic when you say things?
You want these hands? These are the 7 words Doughboy's got to write. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, here we go.
Number 1, bike.
Okay.
He doesn't write them. Chariot.
Oh, wow.
California.
Oh.
That's one I thought was pretty tough.
Oh.
Are you losing confidence?
No.
Chips. You should do well with that. Coloring book.
Okay.
Balloons. And ghost. Girls ghost you all the time.
Okay. And then after I finish this, then we're going to go into the 2-minute message where I give Kevin a topic and he's going to have to give you a message about it.
And I am mixing these up for Doughboy right now. Okay. And you must rap these words and show the audience to them as you rap them because you are a great rapper.
I'm just moving them around again.
Move them around, baby boy.
All right.
Let the people know.
You ready, Josh? Okay.
And for his next trick, the great Doughboy will rap for thee.
And the beat is produced by my homeboy, Day One.
Day One.
Oh, wait. That's the wrong beat. Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, there we go. We good? Yeah, I'm just going to say beat. I like it. It's kind of a thing. All right. Here's the first word. Yo. When I grab the microphone, you might get this. When I start rapping, I ain't never got a lisp. If you're messing with Doughboy, get your name on the lisp. And then I go back and eat a sandwich with some chips. Yeah, you know on this mic I do the most. I be flowing smooth like butter if it's on toast. And I'm from California, aka the West Coast. And if you step to Doughboy lyrically, you'll be a ghost. Yeah, when I do this thing, I get up on the mic. You think you better than Doughboy, but I be like psych. When I be on the microphone, I do the thing like Mike. And I get on and start pedaling just like a bike. Yeah. Nice. I am like sicker than pneumonia. When I'm up on the microphone, it's a bad aroma. You will do a thing, start sweating like you in a sauna. Doughboy, where you from? From Sacramento, California. Yes, Sona. I be on the thing off the hook. Chance came out with an album called The Coloring Book. Yeah. When I rap, you know it's the scariest. I be like rapping with a horse and a chariot. I be doing things, going to the moon, coming through just like a typhoon, doing just like a boon. And when I come back, I do my thing, you better move. I'll be for a pop you in the air like a balloon. The rapper go, The rapper go, I kind of lost it at the end, huh?
You were all over the place, but I
was getting to the end, right?
California, the fact that you used that twice.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
So now it's time. Get your little machine so you can do your little thing.
I don't know if I got it today.
Now it's time for the 2 minute.
No.
Time for the 2 minute message. Okay, and I like to usually go over things that we normally talked about. I think that list is good. So, okay, here we go. I know what you're gonna talk about. I would like for you to deliver your message today about the Super Bowl. I think I might have stumped you finally. If you get this one.
The Super Bowl?
I would stop eating gummy bears.
Amen. Listen, there's going to be some times in your life where you're going to be on the greatest stage and all the people are going to be watching. And sometimes on that greatest stage, you might not have your best. Like our brother Tom Brady, who won his 6th ring. He started off with a interception. He started off with a fumble. But sometimes your greatest achievement, the one that puts you over, will be the ugliest thing. They called it boring. They called it crap. They called it low scoring. But at the end of the day, when the records are written, they're going to have to count them up. 6 rings, count them up, call it what you want. You may not have got the MVP this time, but you got it before. And now you're so blessed. When you're counting your rings, you're moving from your left hand to your right. Oh, what moves you into the record books may not be the prettiest. The devil tried to take my music because this may not be the prettiest message, but it doesn't matter if it's pretty. What matters is, did you get the job done? You may not score 3 touchdowns and pass for 300 yards, but you didn't lose. Sometimes your win is ugly. Sometimes your win is boring. Sometimes you ain't the most important person in the win, but you still got the ring. You still got the victory. And in the record books, your name stands alone as the only quarterback, the only player in NFL history with 6 rings. Woo! Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! I did not think you had that one in you.
The Lord gave it to me.
And it's always so crazy because I could always see it the moment in your mind when it hits you. I'm like, oh, he got it again. So shout out to you.
He got it again. Yeah.
That was great.
And before we let you go,
thank you for everybody who has done everything and above and beyond just being a righteous and also supporting us. Thank you to everybody who supported to the Patreon account for me quitting my job.
We ain't going to talk about the Patreon until the very end because if you're still watching at this point,
you are a righteous.
You are a righteous.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel.
Hold on, go back to the support.
Okay, back. I was talking to them.
No, you talking about the YouTube.
The Patreon. Everybody, there was a total outpouring. Had over almost 60 people.
60
donate anywhere from $2 a month to $25 a month. Thank you all. I have been responding to everybody personally. Thank you so much.
Your merch is coming.
Merch. Oh, let's talk about the merch.
Yeah.
Sold close to 100 shirts.
Did you really?
We are selling a lot of shirts.
Did you really?
And then everybody because we appreciate the support of all kinds. So even if it wasn't anything monetary or you spending any money, thank you for everybody who has been sharing videos. Everybody that subscribed to my YouTube.
We over at Cater.
I went from 200 last week to 1150 today. The numbers are big. You guys are making this transition of quitting my job the best thing I've ever done. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate all of you.
And if you haven't had a chance to support, we'll take it in 3 ways. You can support the Patreon as little as $2 a month, up to $25 a month. If you can't commit to a monthly amount, you can buy a shirt, $25 one time. And if you can't commit to any money right now because you ain't got it like that, we ain't tripping. Your support is noted when you subscribe to Doughboy's page, when you share the pod, when you follow the Righteous and Ratchet Instagram page or Facebook page. Tell somebody about it. You ain't or click around on the website. You ain't got to have money to support, but if you do, it helps. Because Doughboy doesn't want to sell drugs to the community. He doesn't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
He don't want to sell his body. He got a lot of pieces of body to sell. There's a whole lot of body to sell. You don't want to have to do that to the community.
We don't.
So we appreciate y'all support. We love y'all.
And thank you. Please.
And that's real.
Continue to share the video, like the video, all that good stuff, and make sure you rate the video. But if you're not, rate the podcast on Apple.
Yes,
but we need a 5, or we're gonna come pull up.
5 or we're pulling up. We're socking you.
I have been Doughboy.
I have been Kevin.
This has been Righteous and Ratchet. We love you all. Shout out.
See you next week.
Yes, you like my shirt?
That's mango chutney.
Shut up.